Welcome back to Eagle 7, and we are so excited to be returning to our weekly broadcasts.
And what an exciting week we have to return to. The Super Bowl is here in town, and our students took full advantage of being a part of all the action.
I'm Brennen Scarborough.
And I'm Ashley Chiappetta, and Eagle 7 News starts right now.
Despite the recent loss, spirits are still here in Minnesota, and they are buzzing with activity and excitement, getting ready to host the Super Bowl for the first time in 25 years. Our own students have been a huge part of welcoming everyone to the cities.
Crew 52 members are the face of Minnesota during this year's Super Bowl. The Minnesota Super Bowl Host Committee compiled nearly 10,000 volunteers in order to make the event a success. Volunteers are responsible for greeting visitors from in and out of state and answering any questions they may have. We caught up with senior Jillian McIntosh and sophomore Lily Naylor to discuss their roles.
I decided to volunteer because I wanted to be a part of the Super Bowl coming to the city, and I thought it'd look great on my resume and just to meet a bunch of different people from around the country. It's been fun to be a part of the Super Bowl I've experienced so far because everybody involved in the volunteering process is really excited about it, and we also get a lot of sweet gear. It's been a pretty long experience just with applying in September, and then we have to go in for an interview process and multiple training days, but the experience has been really rewarding just because I've gotten to talk to many different people and I've gotten to do it with my best friend.
I saw there was an application around November last year, and I wasn't actually old enough to apply yet, but I emailed and was like, hey, can I still apply once I turn 18? And they were like, yeah, sure. So on my birthday, I applied because I was like, I know I want to do this. I know this is going to be such a good opportunity for me. My experience has been amazing. I've really enjoyed it. The minimum requirement for shifts was only 3, but I've actually gone above that and I've done 6, just because I really enjoyed it. The people have been incredible. Just getting to know people just from around the state, the country, and the world even. So I work in the volunteer headquarters, so I'm helping distribute uniforms, get catering set up, and then also just making sure that all the volunteers are having a positive outlook and attitude when they go out for their shifts.
Northwestern students have been blessed to both work volunteer and paid positions during Super Bowl week. We'll see how it all pans out on Sunday night. For Eagle 7, I'm Caleb Holt.
Wow, what a great once-in-a-lifetime opportunity, and I know that there are also 30 athletes who will be in US Bank Stadium this Sunday during the Super Bowl, helping to assist guests. Now, I know it's been a few weeks since the Vikings lost. Ashley, I know you're a Vikings fan. How have you been doing?
You know, it's pretty tough. I wish the Vikings were playing at home this season, and I know a lot of other students are feeling the same way I do. Our very own Caitlin Martins caught up with other students around campus to see how they felt about the upcoming Super Bowl.
I'm here in the Billy in the aftermath of the Vikings loss that happened 2 weeks ago in the NFC Championship, seeing how Vikings fans are coping heading into the Super Bowl.
It's very sad this year.
Every year I try not to invest in the Vikes, and then they show some promise, and then they always disappoint.
The start of the game was so good, and then it just crashed and kept crashing.
And then that interception, unfortunate interception.
And it burned and it rolled over.
They lost hope.
And then it died.
And are you a Vikings fan?
Packer fan. Green Bay Packers, go Pack, go.
Yikes. How did you feel about their loss? I'm guessing you were excited about it.
I was excited and I was expecting it.
And what do you think about Philadelphia coming to Minneapolis?
It's kind of the worst.
I just feel like we're just going to keep getting really close, but never quite there.
If Eagle 7 created a support group for Vikings fans, or any support group of that matter, would you be attending that?
Yeah, I feel like the whole state of Minnesota is kind of a support group. Like I said, we're all kind of used to it at this point, but maybe one year they'll get it. But yeah, I feel like a support group would be good.
Well, Vikings fans, there's always next season. For Eagle 7 News, I'm Caitlin Martins.
Even though Minneapolis is focused on Super Bowl festivities this week, there is a lot going on just next door in St. Paul. I went to see what all the ice was about.
I'm here at the 132nd annual St. Paul Winter Carnival, where they just lit the 2018 Ice Palace.
Located in downtown St. Paul in the heart of Rice Park, between the Landmark Center and the St. Paul Public Library, is the 2018 Ecolab Ice Palace. Situated in an absolute winter wonderland, Rice Park is the perfect location for this year's Winter Carnival festivities. The 70-foot tall Ice Palace is made out of 4,000 ice blocks and was built to exemplify the city's winter festivities during Minnesota's Super Year. It's an exciting way for the city of St. Paul to welcome the world to Minnesota for Super Bowl 52. The 17-day-long Winter Carnival features live music, fireworks, and more. For a complete list of upcoming events and entertainment, check out wintercarnival.com.
The St. Paul Winter Carnival is now open through February 10th. For Eagle 7 News, I'm Ashley Chiappetta.
Students were able to catch cool events even right down the street from our very own campus.
Our very own Haley Sprinkle was on the red carpet for a Super Bowl gospel event at Bethel University. Take a look.
I'm Haley Sprinkle with Eagle 7 News, and we're here live on the 19th Annual Gospel Celebration Red Carpet. Got a lot of cool people coming through, Snoop Dogg and Yvonne Orji, so let's see who we get to talk to.
And I want the million people who are coming in from around the world to get a chance to see St. Paul. I've been hoping for wanting, the folks who I represent, the families and children in our city to be able to be a part of the action, part of the celebration, and we're seeing both of those things happen, so I'm happy.
Then who are you voting for the Super Bowl? Who do you hope to win?
We're cheering for the Eagles. I got a cousin on their roster who's Kenyon Barner is their punt returner, and we always cheer for him, except when they play the Vikings.
And I'm just wondering what kind of encouragement you have for young people who want to live in the world but not of it.
I love the scripture that says, be in the world but not of the world, which means have a sense of what culture and the direction that culture is going in, but do not conform to it nor sell out to it.
Our theme is unity and love. Really understand the importance of love. That's what it's all about. And so I'm just excited for that.
Hi. I'm just wondering how you staying warm now that you're in Minnesota. I see you got your fur coat on, but...
Hi. I'm dressed for the occasion, baby. Yes.
We did not have access to record this night's event, but you can watch it on BET this weekend. For Eagle 7 News, I'm Haley Sprinkle.
You know, Brennen, with all the cool things happening before the game, we forget that there's a game even happening this Sunday.
That's right, Ashley. And even though some people are already considering the game over before it started, this game could be more interesting than people are giving it credit for. With the historical potential for this game that this game has for either team, this game is definitely going to be one that's worth watching. I caught up with a sports expert this week to talk about some of the interesting aspects for this Sunday's game.
Fun bets to make. There's obviously the national anthem will go over 2 minutes. I have a bet actually already placed. Will there be a scoring drive that lasts less time than the national anthem? You can always bet on which players will score. You can bet on receptions, how many receptions certain players get. Another fun one, you can bet on the coin flip. I know of somebody who bet on commercial length. Last year, I think it was a minute and a half, a commercial going over a minute and a half. Always stuff you can find a bet on for anything from songs, from the anthem to commercials.
Now, even though the Vikings aren't in it, I have to ask because it's a Sunday. Who are you going for?
You know, I don't know. I'm pretty torn. I'm not really a huge fan of both of the teams. How about you? Who are you going to cheer for?
Yeah, I agree. I'm not a huge fan of the Patriots. I'm kind of sick of seeing them win, and the Eagles fans weren't the nicest people to the Vikings.
I agree. Yep.
But I would love to see Tom Brady make history. I think I'm going with the Patriots on this one.
That'd be super fun. Yeah, I have to join you cheering for them.
Yep.
Well, that's all the news we have for this week.
I'm Brennen Scarborough.
And I'm Ashley Chiappetta. Stay fly, Eagles.